Yeah, hey guys. So, as we kind of covered yesterday, we set up our second source. So, what I wanted to do today is go over a real life use case where we're going to link these two sources through a record. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to essentially create an arbitrary golden record using, let's say, source A, and then I'm going to link it using source B. And I want to show you some of the logging available to a use case like this. So, for example, some of the reporting channels. So, first things first, let's go create our record. So, here's our tech topic process that I created. Currently, it's Salesforce. That's completely fine. So, what I'm going to do is say 10. Um, sure. Great. So this is a brand new record. So what we should see is a golden record populate through the channels, assuming those match rules are essentially respected and it doesn't go to quarantine as a result. Cool. So it ran, and we should see in our stewardship golden records, we should see our, here it is, awesome. Test the user Salesforce with that social, updated the past 24 hours, awesome. So then from there, we're going to use the NetSuite source. So let's create our NetSuite source. And someone actually asked this earlier. You do not need the same ID to link them. Um, Essentially, as I've explained before, the purpose of that ID is it's an external ID. You wouldn't expect Salesforce and NetSuite to have that same external identifier. So I can just put, let's say, like 111. And the rest of the data is going to determine whether this is going to link, create a new golden record. So assuming this data is the same, I'm just going to use 111 as my ID, and you'll see what happened. So now what we'll see is our sources. See, now we have Salesforce and NetSuite both established to this. So notice the entity IDs are different, but it's still picked up that it's the same golden record. And if you want to see more information about that, so inbound activity is essentially going to show you any previously processed incoming batches. So inbound activity should show you, great. So this is just showing you the one that we created before. My guess is there's some sort of delay going on right now with that inbound activity, but any sort of record update will come up here, or I'm sorry, essentially any sort of incoming entity batch will be here and kind of what happened to it. So this is one we did in a previous topic. So here's our QA repository, gives you the model and the source. And so I had a one batch count and one record was created from that. And then from there, you can maybe view more details if needed, view the raw details of the incoming batch, items such as that. And then outbound activity. Notice how we now have a create record update, and this is going to be from the second source that we used, which is NetSuite. So what you see on the outbound activity is any sort of pending source record, source create updates. So the point in this is to keep all of your data synchronized. So what you're going to see here is you're going to see that both are established, but this is essentially a note to NetSuite saying Salesforce created this record. So if we look at our golden records, if you remember correctly, Salesforce created it first. And the fact that NetSuite linked to it automatically populates a create record update on its channel. And the whole point in this is to constantly be syncing. So we'll get more into that, but essentially you want to pull this record, maybe you want to update NetSuite with this. information if needed, and just constantly push and pull based on the record. So we'll cover more into that, but I just wanted to kind of get your a little bit familiar specifically with this outbound activity and kind of what you can do with it, as well as kind of syncing and linking that record and that inbound activity channel. All right, sounds good, guys. Bye.